If you find yourself in a toxic relationship, it simply means that there is part of you that is also toxic. So your femininity of calmness, not being able to speak, not being able to take action is because your femininity is wounded. There's nothing wrong in moving away from places that does not serve you right. So some women have no clue that they are traumatized. They are in pain. Pain can actually be very addictive. You can stay in pain so long that it becomes normal. And I think this is what happens to some of these ladies. If you are scared to speak up, afraid of rejection, scared of making mistakes, scared to leave toxic relationships, always conscious of what people are going to think about you when you choose what is right for you, then your femininity is wounded. You see your aunties enduring things that they shouldn't. You see your mother enduring things that you wonder, how is it even possible for human beings to exist in this kind of environment? And then when you attract the person you attract that looks like what your mother attracted, now the problem becomes that you tend to accept that as a way of life, but it's not. It shouldn't be. I was going through a TikTok channel one time and I see where one lady was giving every woman advice to keep enduring and praying for toxic relationship and toxic man. And I was shocked to my bones. The reason why I was shocked is that how dare you speak for everyone? I understand where you're coming from, your trauma, but do you have the right to tell everybody to accept pain because you have accepted pain and made pain normal? Pain has always been an indication that something is not right. And if something is not right, it is your job to get within yourself, to sort it out and solve it, to liberate yourself and to liberate the other person, because both the abuser and the abused are both in pain. So your job is not to compromise with this pain. What pain is actually doing is to remind you that it's time for you to start looking for solutions to solve something that is not right. You can heal yourself because that's the only person you have to heal. When you heal yourself, you shift. There's going to be a shift in everything. The other person abusing you is going to get the message. So they will choose their path, whether to heal alongside with your own healing or to be where they are. That you do not have control over, but at least you have control over yourself. Now, having heard about everyone talking about the feminine energy, I wanted to talk about something most people are not talking about. That is the wounded femininity. Some of us are actually expressing wounded femininity, not actually aligned femininity. Aligned femininity heals you. Aligned femininity relaxes you. Aligned femininity is the portal that opens the door and closes the door. Aligned femininity is the goddess that is calm, loving, healing, nurturing, compromising, open to receive. When you find yourself struggling to be who you are, then something is not right. These feminine energies are beautiful, but you know that you are not all feminine. You have both feminine and masculine, and there's a reason for that. The reason for that is that there comes a time you need to tap into your masculine, and there's the time when you need to tap into your feminine. But the beauty part of it is that when you learn the balance, when to use your feminine traits and when not to use it. And let's take example. A woman that finds herself kicked out of her husband's house. She has no job, she has kids, and she needs to start a new life. Do you think she's going to stay relaxed in her feminine energy and not do anything to save herself? Anytime you take action to do something and do it, you have initiated your masculine energy. So there comes a time when you find yourself in that situation because you cannot control human being. You don't know what anybody can come up to do tomorrow. You should as well be aware that there comes a time you have to pick up your masculine energy and fight. And fight for your life, and fight for your children, and fight to save your life. Now, let me say something. As a mother, I have seen my child make childhood mistakes. When they pour milk from the fridge, when they pour their cream all over themselves, when they break bottles, when they even break my makeup. These things are mistakes. Children are born to make mistakes. But what do we do as an adult? We beat them. I was beaten. I myself collected loads number of beating growing up for the childhood mistakes that I have made. And over again, we beat them to control them, discipline them. Don't you ever do that again. If you pour this, I'm going to beat you. And then you beat them. They are scared. They cannot even talk to you because they have not gotten to the level of reasoning to tell you, but it's a mistake. You beat them for the natural mistake that they made. And they know that this was really a mistake. Why do I deserve beating? Then we wonder as an adult how these children will grow up as an adult, they see things to take up with, they can't, because they are scared that if they make mistake, somebody is going to beat them. Now, as an adult, it might not be you beating them. It could be them thinking that society will start criticizing them and things could go bad. And because of this fear, they cannot take that decision. They cannot be bold enough to go and make a brave statement, even if they fail. So what we are doing when we beat these children is to teach them failure is wrong. You don't have to make mistake. Mistake is wrong. So what are they going to do? They're going to shrink. As an adult, these are the things that we get wounded over without knowing it. I have seen a friend of mine who has been in a relationship that I know that it takes an extra human being to endure this relationship, but she sat there enduring it. She cried. She has cried for 15 years of her life. Not happy. Nothing is actually working. But this woman refused to take a bold step and find peace where it deserves. There's nothing beautiful staying in a problematic relationship that triggers pain and anger for you. Life keeps passing you by. And do you think you need to live here forever? Nobody does. The little time you have to live your life and live it to the fullest. And then some people will say, yeah, she's a very submissive woman. Look at her. She knows how to take care of her family. She endures pain. She endures that. She is not enduring nothing. She's simply betraying herself. So these whole things are things that we pick up as children and we grow up, because some adults in our life does not even know how to handle us, because they too are unaware of who they are. And these wounds affect us in everything we do. But after all of these wounds that we have gathered, not being able to take decisions when we need to take them, not being able to do things right, we have seen that it is not our fault. Then it's time for us to think of how to heal. Because the whole idea is not you knowing that you have been abused, this and this have done to you. The whole idea is for you to recognize that, oh, I have been wounded. For me not to be in an absolute state of peace or rest or find myself easy and effortlessly delivering my femininity means that something is wrong. That intention is where you have to start from. The intention is to recognize that something is not right in the way you approach things. Something is not right in the way you talk to people you love. You are always busy. Whenever there is a problem or issue, you always want to solve it. You always want to bring solutions. You always want to be the first to talk and the last to talk. You are always the first to put out action. This is the wounded you that is fighting for herself, always trying to protect herself, always trying to be heard, to be seen. Now, when you know these things, you will find the other side that needs you to relax, to enjoy who you are, to be who you are, to know that you are seen, even without you speaking out so loud, that you can be seen, that you can be heard, that you can be felt. So you to know that who you truly are comes from the feeling and not from the logic. So you first start from, first of all, having the intentions to heal. That's the first step. And this pure intention drives every other thing. And then why do you want to heal? Because you want to have a good relationship with yourself, with the people that you love. You want to truly be who you are. Because in being simply who you are, things are easy, perfect, and you can connect better with people. So you have to know your whys, your intentions. After you have set out the intentions, you have to prepare and tell yourself that this is the time for you to start cleansing yourself. So you have to create a daily routine on what to do. Usually what works is you starting with affirmations. Words are powerful. You start with the power of words and you be very intentional with that. If it means that you need to put quotes everywhere you go or everywhere your eyes easily set in your home, do that. Set intentions, have quotes, talk about them, write it often, start your femininity journey so that you can connect with who you are. And there's a strong need for you to recognize that people who traumatize you actually are traumatized. It's always the 6-year-old, 7-year-old child in them that keep on projecting itself as an adult. See it from that angle, because the fastest way to forgive people is to have compassion over them. Compassion is inclusive of you understanding that if they know better, they will do better. They only give you the best they thought they have. This is you connecting, and this is how you start looking at them. Everything will start fading away. You see the power of love taking everything out and cleansing you up. Be open to receive healing. Seek to know who you truly are without the wounds. Seek, because there's a promise for seekers. Those who seek shall find. And when you start recognizing it, the awareness is going to blow your mind. I'm both the womb and the tomb. I am the portal that opens the door and shuts the door. I am the finisher and the author. I am where it all begins and where it all ends. This is going to empower you and give you the self-validation that would set you free. Healing would help you bloom and grow massively. Get into the comment section and tell me what you feel about this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? We do have fun. Join our families. Thank you for watching this video and see you on my next video.